Hi, my name is Lev Perry. Welcome to NAMM 2013. I'm here with Universal Audio, and we've got a lot of really exciting announcements at the show. One of the first things that I'd like to tell you about is a really, really big deal for Apollo customers. Now, Apollo was announced last year here at NAMM, and it's been wildly successful. Customers love it. The pros love it. It's won multiple awards. We're up for a few more awards here at the show as well. But what we're announcing at the show is that Apollo has now become a fully expandable system. And what that means is you're going to be able to take one Apollo or two Apollos and have them all be in one system. Right now, this is sort of what you're used to looking at. You're used to looking at our mixing console, and it's got the ability to add plugins on the front end with no latency, track with those, or just monitor with those. But in the future, you're going to be able to have two Apollos working together as one. And so what you're seeing here in the mixing console is two Apollo input sets working in one mixer. You cable it up in the back via Firewire or Thunderbolt, and you're going to be able to have two units working together. The next thing that's really, really big for Apollo is a new Pro Tools mode that will be coming out later this year. Now, a lot of Apollo customers are using Apollo with Pro Tools, so we wanted to do some things for them that really enhance the user experience. The first feature is a thing that actually moves all of the inputs into alignment so that you can use hardware inserts. So we make a bunch of great outboard gear. If you want to use an 1176 and LA2A as a hardware insert, the new Pro Tools mode is going to allow the analog I/O to line up perfectly. It'll also allow the ADAT and the SPDIF I/O to line up perfectly if you're using an external converter. So it's a really great feature, Pro Tools mode. The next thing I want to talk about that's also a really big deal for us is a great new offering of plugins. So if we come over to the screen here, we can take a look. The first thing I want to talk about is the LA2A. The LA2A is actually going to be a suite of 3 different models of classic LA2A emulations. The first one being the LA2, the LA2A Gray, and the LA2A Silver. And it's an amazing collection that really does capture every era of LA2A, much like we did with the 1176 last year. All of them have a different sound, and again, these have been painstakingly modeled from scratch to bring out all of the character, all of the different compression characteristics, all of the distortion of the amplifiers, and they really are amazing. And they sound great on just about everything, but if I had to sum it up, they're the quintessential vocal compressor. So put this thing on your Apollo, track through the best compressor ever made, or put it on your U82 card, your satellite, PCIe, or using Apollo as a DSP accelerator, and you can use these in your DAW. The next things I want to talk about, we're really, really excited to finally show the first fruits of our labor from working with API. API and us signed a deal last year to bring plugins to the market, and we've been working on these again for the last year. And the first products that we're showing are the 550A and the 560. These are 500 series module. They're the classic modules that we've now brought to the UAD platform, and these are just incredible on guitars and drums especially, but they do, of course, work great on just about everything. And now, again, you'll be able to use these things on Apollo, tracking on the front end, or you'll be able to use them inside your DAW. Last, but certainly not least, we've got a great relationship with our customers. We send out surveys, we come to trade shows, we visit them in their homes and their studios, and the one thing that Apollo customers really, really want is guitar and bass processing. And we're really happy to announce that we've actually partnered up with our latest UAD direct developer in Softube to bring Amp Room to the UAD platform. So Amp Room is actually a couple of different plugins. Right now on screen I've got Vintage Amp Room. It's actually a collection of 3 plugins, and what's really cool is it's got sort of a Marshall type, a Fender type, and a Vox type. But what's really neat is they sound amazing, and you can actually change the mic position, the on axis, the off axis, how close or far the microphone is to the amplifier, and you get a whole range of sounds. It's really incredible. And again, from a workflow perspective, you can put this on the front end of Apollo, track with sub 2 millisecond latency. You really can't feel the latency, and it just feels and sounds incredible. On the other side, because it works on the UAD, you can actually put it in your DAW. So there's an amazing reamping workflow where you can put in the console, you track with no latency regardless of what your DAW buffer is, but then you have the ability to change the sound afterwards. So again, front-end workflow, back-end workflow, it's really incredible. Softube, that's coming to the UAD platform very, very soon. The last thing I want to mention is more about compatibility, but it's a really important point. The UAD and Apollo platform is now fully cross-platform, Mac and PC, and all 64-bit. Finally 64-bit. That's the #1 all UAD customer request. We're finally there with Mac and Windows. So that's a sneak peek as to what's going on at the show floor here at NAMM 2013. Thank you so much for listening.